Hello, Timothy's, and this... Oh, hold on, sorry. I apparently swallowed a frog. There we go. Frenchman has exited my throat. That sounds weird, and now I say it out loud. But hello, gravy Timothy's, and welcome to some Hearts of Iron 4. Not focused to Z, though. Instead, I'm gonna give myself a little bit of fun in the game for once. Now, in other Paradox games, like EU4 and CK3, you get a lot of fun out of the game by playing Tool. Unfortunately, Hearts of Iron 4, in that regard, is a little bit lacking. Sure, there are some things you can do, say, playing a smaller nation and having a large impact with nations like Canada, but in comparison to what you can going Tool in games like CK3, it's still very much lacking. But I want to change that. You see, first off, I want to go as Tool as you can in Hearts of Iron 4, and second off, I want to find out what going Tool in Hearts of Iron 4 really even means, especially because usually playing a Tool nation means you usually play someone pretty small and stay small. But on the alternative, that's not possible in Hoi 4 as they've not really implemented the tools to really expand as a small little fella like Albania. So instead, we're going Tool as the largest nation in the game. And just for the extra added pain on top of this, we're going to turn historical AI focuses off. Now, while playing the biggest blob in the game and claiming to go Tool does sound incredibly funny, it's almost making me remember how emotions feel. You do have to realize that the USSR, as it starts off, isn't exactly the best, most hospitable place, with not exactly the best infrastructure or the best amount of factories, with the worst spirits imaginable that only get worse. The Soviet Union is definitely in need of a bit of a rework. Some fellas may even say it's in need of a bit of a purge. But to really make this nation and its potential obvious to you, I need to lay down a few little ground rules. To become the toolless blob, we first off must disregard all capitalistic trading. No need for that where we're going. Our nation must be completely self-reliant. 2, I want to max out my factories in every single starting state we have, maybe even more, which means, yeah, gonna need to fill all of this green in with this beautiful blue. Number 3, a Tool nation has no interest in actually expanding past these borders, which is good for us as our borders are quite large. But I will make a couple of exceptions in regards to the fact that you can get a few nations just by demanding them in your focus tree. But that is all. I cannot use a war goal, and I can definitely not declare war on Finland and puppet them, which would be very good, because I think eventually if they go their normal path, they're just going to declare on me. And lastly, somehow in all of this mess, I need to survive in the world of non-historical Hoi 4, which is going to be easier said than done, considering a lot of the old history paths in this game revolve around me getting declared on. Okay, now obviously we need to get started on filling up all of these states. It doesn't really matter regardless of how much I fill up right now, because we will be expanding all of the slots we have by going down our research tree, which is going to unlock even more for us to build. So for now, I'm just going to absolutely spam out civilian factories for as long as I possibly can. I don't plan on making any mills for a very, very long time. Okay, good news is the Germans are going into their civil war, so if they go either their monarchist or democratic path, I don't think we really have to worry about them declaring on us. But the people in their faction, well, we definitely have to worry about them declaring on us. I'm just hoping everyone else in the world is going to be too busy focusing on everyone else in the world than coming over to Stalin, where he's trying to turn the Soviet Union into one giant car park. Okay, bad news already. The Japanese actually went shogunate, which means they will be coming for me a lot sooner than I would have liked. Okay, so I sent an attaché over to Spain so that I could boost my war support up enough for us to immediately just go straight to war economy, which means more factories. Okay, so I didn't really want to have to do this early, but considering we have to worry about Japan, we're building a navy. I guess you could technically say we do start with a navy. Technically, the most impressive thing about it is that it does in fact float. Kind of. Okay, a few developments. The Japanese are at war with the Chinese, but for whatever reason, the English have got involved. They've gone down their monarchist route, which means they got the King's Party and no dominions. But that is very, very good for us, because that'll give them an avenue to get out that aggression they have. Also, don't worry about the fact they're slowly turning communists. I may have a few spies on them. Okay, on top of that, the Latvians actually went their communist path, and so did the Lithuanians, which apparently just makes them puppets of me, so I'm not complaining about that. On top of that, Argentina also went their communist path, and everyone is joining my faction. Good for us. There's also the Nordic Cooperation Alliance between France and Denmark, and then the Czech Entente between the Czechs and the Swiss. Not gonna question it. Oh yeah, also Poland's green. I don't know if you noticed that, but Poland is in fact green, which also technically means they are in fact red. Do I let Yugoslavia in? I think I'm going to, because Italy actually went democratic, and I don't think they get anything on them. They might still. It doesn't really matter anyway, because the only person who's going to get caught into that is Argentina, and I'm sure they've got it covered. Well, didn't have that one on my bingo list. Okay, yeah, Poland now actually officially wants to join our faction too, so I'm going to get those in. I'm not too sure if anyone's going to declare on them. Germany might when they offer them Danzig. I'm not too sure. Well, so it does seem the Germans already have a couple war goals on me, technically. I have to deal with that. I think we're just going to very quickly make their autonomy disappear. I also boosted our diplomacy in the Germans with a spot. Okay, one of my spies did get caught in Japan, thankfully. I say thankfully, definitely not thankfully, getting caught as a spy in Japan. Well, okay, so that's what I was talking about before I got distracted with the German war goals. They do actually usually get a guarantee on them or something if I declare on them now, but because we're in my alliance, I'm not too sure how that's gonna work. Well, hold the phone. Looks like our faction is officially at war with quite a few people. Quite a few people indeed. Unsurprisingly, not gonna get involved with this. I'm not too sure why they've just declared war on Central America, Venezuela, and Paraguay all at once, but you know what? You do you, Rodolfo. Oh, and also the German war goals actually either ran out or they got counteracted by the non-aggression pact I got with them, which I don't think that's how that works. So either way, don't have to worry about annexing Latvia anytime soon. I can go back to doing more important things like building factories. Hold the phone. Japan has in fact gone to war with us, and that is a large UNAT. Now, I have gone ahead, beefed up the navy quite a bit, so we should be able to hold out against them on the seas, or at least enough to get naval supremacy over here. Also, a nice added bonus is Manchuria actually went against them too, so I've got them in my faction immediately, and I think it's actually going to be pretty quick to deal with. Oh yeah, I immediately have naval supremacy. I've got 56%, so I'm just going to try for a naval invasion as quickly as I can here and hope we get lucky. Yeah, they did not expect the Soviet naval invasion. Hey, well, there goes Japan. Unfortunately, that's not the end of the war, though. Someone's got to go take out Australia, so I guess that'll be me. Now, thankfully, the British are in the war too, so I can just naval invade from their land, and this should be done with, hopefully, very quickly. Yeah, in case you're wondering, by the way, I'm still building civilian factory. Okay, so by the rules I've set down, I can't even take land here, but I can puppet, so I'll just try and get a bit of Japan here. I'm really not too fussed about taking anything more than that. Okay, pretty nice. We've got Japan as a little handy puppet now, and we also stole a few of their boats, wherever they may be. I'm assuming over... Nope, they're not over here. They're in the Black Sea, where they're probably going to stay forever now. Okay, so we are ticking off the little bits of land that we can take through our focus tree, and I don't think there's too much else for us to really focus on, but there is Poland, now looking very small. Finland said no to our demands, so not going to worry about that any further, as there's nothing we can do. Now, if you're wondering where we're going currently with our goal of turning the Soviet Union into a Costco, yep, not looking very blue. In fact, it doesn't even matter yet, because we haven't even finished our last industry tech, which will give us all our slots. So we've still got a while to go. Oh, also, the Americans are invading my ally, Yugoslavia, but it's not my problem. Good news about the whole war with Japan is that we can do lessons of war now, so if we end up at war with anyone else at any point, we won't be severely nerfed. And one big thing holding us back, obviously we can't trade, is that I need rubber, and I need a lot of it, so I think it's time to invest in a few refineries. No, not the Nova Zelanda Republic. Also, very cheekily, Manchuria just stole my Japanese puppet by, I'm assuming, doing the demand subjugation. Yep, they demanded subjugation from Japan, so I just lost my Japanese puppet. You know what? I ain't even mad. Okay, so, Germany is doing pretty well this game. Okay, well, a big positive to the Germans killing England over there is that my faction was at war with them, which means now the Manchurians are in control of most of China. They've just got to deal with everyone else they're at war with, like Brazil. It's alright though. I think Pui can deal with this pretty easily, right, can't you? Okay, so I may have taken a little bit of time off their building to absolutely turn the western half of my country into one giant highway. Autobahn, eat your heart out. Hey, but all this added infrastructure will help us build even faster, because look at these civilians just going through super damn quickly right now. It's pretty nice. I am starting to feel a little bit cramped in here by the Germans, considering they are on every damn border, but I'm not going to worry about it. I don't think there's anything they can do to stop me at this point, or even declare war on me, so we should be fine. My build list now carries up the entire scroll bar. Pretty impressive. Oh, well, there goes Italy. I think the Germans are definitely going to take over the world this time around. I think it is quite literally safe to say that my little ratio of civilians to military and naval factories here is a little bit off. Oh, good to see my ex-puppet is currently getting slapped around. Oh, and after quite literally like 10 years, they finally pushed the Brazilians out over here. Well done, China. Okay, you know how it is, 1948. Perfect time to, let me just keep scrolling. Build some military factories. Yeah, I have now officially built infrastructure in all of my provinces. Look how blue I am. And when all of these factories get done too, we're gonna look very blue. Oh, missed a couple there. Don't mind that. Oh, and a couple more up there. Okay, we got a lot more to build. I'm just gonna put that out there. But yeah, vanilla 700 factory Soviets. Pretty good. Okay, don't want to alarm you guys, but Poland is trying to dismantle me, which I do believe is a very brave stance to go about, considering I'm about to hit 1,000 factories. Okay, now I am pumping out all those mills now, and they are certainly pumping. Only thing is that we completely ran out of tungsten and aluminum, so not a lot we can actually build with all these factories. Now, I could go ahead and go down from export and go to limited, but because we get the little bit of a construction boost there, I'm not going to do that just yet. Plus, it's not like I really need anything being built right now anyway, unless Poland goes ahead and destroys me somehow. So, pretty funny thing about the Soviets is you do get decisions over here to strip mine and curse in Belgorod, and I don't know how many times you can do this, or it's just endless, but every time you do, you get 12 extra steel, and as you can see, a lot of steel has been found. Oh yeah, I'm currently extracting 2.5k steel. That is insane. More insane though is that I'm actually exporting half of it somehow. Oh, there we go. 1,000 factories. That's disgusting. Without taking any land, bar like the Baltics and obviously Romania, and I could have taken more in Japan, which, by the way, that front line's definitely moving. I have hit 1,000 factories as the Soviets. That is insane. Notice that China's not looking too good logistically, so I'm just going to go ahead and send them a little bit of a care package. Yeah, I think that sorted them out. Also, we are now officially done. Look at it. It is done. It is completely done. There is nowhere else to build. Unless, yeah, I bet you think I forgot about you there, little Tanatuva. There we go. Yep, not forgetting that one single factory I could put down in Tanatuva. Okay, now, there you go. There's nothing left. We are officially at almost 2k 3,000 factories. It's absolutely insanity. It also involves all the infrastructure I've built. I've actually got so many factories now that I'm just building in my allies too, because why not? So we have gone as tall as we possibly can. I mean, I'm literally sitting on 271 nuclear bombs right now. I think it is only fair that we now see how wide we can go. Yeah, and a while back, I say a while back, probably like 5 years ago. No, it wasn't 5 years ago. That's an exaggeration. 3 years ago, I built a few super heavy battleships, by the way, and my navy has just gotten even larger. That is just part of it, by the way. There is another part over here, and a little bit there, and the rest is over here in the Black Sea. And the Germans did build quite a few ships, but it's not like... Yeah, you know what? The super heavy battleships are a flex. That's it. Okay, let's show them how it be. Oh yeah, the modern T-54s are absolutely rolling past them. Hey, quick, that's new land. Let's get... Oh, I can't build here. Well, in just pushing them out of East Prussia there's almost 300,000 Germans gone. Okay, so I assume the AI has been building nothing but tack bombers, because I'm just getting logi bombed all across my damn country at the moment. I also was so bored earlier that I ran out of things to build, so I just have AA everywhere, which is coming in handy actually. Oh, and I think we just went ahead and found the German fleet, and it no longer exists. Yep, you're gonna have to build a new one. Okay, so glad Zambia could join me. When did you guys get in? Oh, yeah, that's disgusting. I couldn't release puppets in, obviously, France and England, because France still exists in North Africa and England is exiled to Sri Lanka. Okay, now I think it's only fair we finish up by saving our Chinese allies who have been unable to deal with the Americans this entire time. Let's see if we can't liberate them from themselves at this point, because how can you not push us out? Also means we get to lead a surprise invasion from Canada. The German Empire, sorry. Oh, yeah, safe to say I got quite a few puppets in the world. Oh, we also got to capitulate Brazil. Uh-oh. Okay, America wasn't too difficult. Also loved the fact that it all capitulated China. Well, it didn't go to the Germans. Brazil, on the other hand, I think that's going to be a bit of a tricky one. That took quite a while. Thought it would be interesting just to see what the AI would do here. And it just seems like China's just taking everything. Oh, you know, it has definitely been a very, very long game. But sitting at my final tally and my faction that controls the pretty much entire world, I think we've definitely qualified ourselves as earning the title of going tall in Hoi 4. You know, just sitting at 1,500 factories at the starting USSR, pretty much, other than a couple states here and there. Is definitely something beautiful to see. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you ever want to try this challenge out yourself, that'd be a very, very long game for you, because this actually took hours to accomplish, but it was definitely fun. So if you ever want to play Tool in Hoi 4, sure, give it a go. It's probably better to do it in other games, so...